Everyone, from me, Brent Graham of Goodforthegame.co.za, and welcome to this Stage 8 betting preview. I must admit, when I had a look at the profile initially, I thought, wow, we've got a definite bunch sprint coming up here. But the more I look at it, the more I think we could be in for a very exciting stage. If you are new to the channel, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell to be notified when our previews go up. Been one of those days where my Wi-Fi has been struggling, but I think I've got things going now. This is about the fourth take of trying to get this video right. Let's start with a stage 7, the individual time trial over 25 kilometers. And Remco Evenepoel, he was the 9-20 favorite. He delivered the goods. A brilliant time trial, 12 seconds from Tadej Pogačar, who I backed with World Sports Betting, so did manage to get my money back there due to the second place finish. Primož Roglic, he was a third, a strong finish from him, overtaking Jonas Vingegaard, who was ahead of him at the various time splits. Just highlighted Victor Campenaerts. I'd mentioned him on an earlier video, saying he looks in good form. He did a great ride. He sat in the hot chair for a long time. And then also Stefan Kuhn. I had him in a match bet over Wout van Aert, which ended up arriving, but I couldn't believe it when he had a mechanical. I thought, oh my word, is this how my Tour de France is going to go? But he also rode well. I've got to say that mechanical probably cost him 5th place in the end. At the time, it would have cost him 1st place, but I don't think he would have got. Certainly, he might have got Vingegaard and Rogic's time with a bit of fortune, but he wouldn't have touched the top 2 in the betting there. Anyway, it was a nice time trial to watch. It was certainly very competitive. And let's have a look at the jersey updates now. Pogačar now leads Evenepoel by just 33 seconds. Evenepoel knocking 12 seconds off there. Vingegaard's 1:15 back and Roglic 1:36 back, and it's 2 minutes or more the balance. Having a look at the betting, this is at Boyle Sports. You won't get a better price on this Pogačar at the moment, 5-10. Jonas Vingegaard is now at almost 28-10, and you got Remco there sitting at 12.5-1. This is decimals as opposed to net decimal, which I use when I'm on BetX. So I like to keep things as complicated as possible for all of you viewers. Right, let's have a look at the green jersey update. Nothing to report today, of course, as far as the green jersey goes, but Gamay, he's got quite a decent lead there now over Pedersen. A lot's going to depend here on whether Pedersen is still badly injured or whether he can start competing. We'll talk about him when we look at the stage now. And then Philipsen on 85 points after his relegation. I'm starting to think that Gamay might just be an excellent bet for the green jersey. 21-10, just over 2-1. I certainly wouldn't be taking Philipsen at 13-10. That's about the best price you'll get on him at the moment as well. And my man Pedersen, he's still lurking around there at around the 13-2 mark. But yeah, I don't know. I'm worried about those injuries still. I wouldn't back him at this stage. I'll certainly hang on to what I've got. As far as the polka dot jersey goes, no real action there for some time now. And I've just highlighted the game. Felix Gall, he lost 2 minutes odd in the time trial today. I think he's going to start, and I'm hoping he starts targeting the jersey. And if he does, I think that 23-1 could be a cracking price. Anyways, let's move on to today's stage. It's one of those stages, as I say, first glance, I didn't think too much of it, but have a look at that. We've got 5 categorized climbs. They're not exactly long climbs, but they're quite steep. But there's also plenty of other rolling hills in between. This is not going to be an easy stage. And certainly the betting reflects the fact that a guy like Cavendish is unlikely to be there at the end of the stage. So are we going to get a strong break go away, or are we at least going to get a big battle for the break? Because on the sprint stages up until now, we've often not even seen a break. And of course, the reason is that no one wants to guide in front, only to sweat in the sun all day to get pulled back. But this is the sort of terrain where it's going to be a lot more difficult for teams to organize a chase. Bear in mind, if a sprinter's team's chasing, they've also got to worry about dropping their own sprinter. So there's those type of things to consider. So I think we're going to have a battle for the break, and I think we could have a group of maybe 8 riders or so that go clear that are pretty strong. We will then have a chase from the sprinters' teams. But the other thing we've got to look at here is the possibility of crosswinds, especially in the last quarter of the race. There's talk of some crosswinds, and if we get that, we saw the other day what Visma managed to do by isolating Pogačar in crosswinds that were really not very substantial. So if we get decent wins tomorrow, the race is really going to be on. It's going to be very nervous. It won't be good for the breakaway there, because if the peloton are racing to protect their leaders in the crosswinds, even if there are no splits, they're going incredibly fast, and that will probably bring the break back by itself. Personally, I think the break will get it. I think we're going to have a fairly biggish bunch come to the end. By biggish, not the whole peloton, let's put it that way, probably under half the peloton coming together at the end for the sprint. You don't see it there, but the last couple of kilometers rise from 3 to 5%. So it's quite a tough sprint, this one. It's a sprint for the tougher man. And we'll have a look at the betting now and discuss some of the guys who could be right up there. The favorite for the stage is Dali, and he's trading here at 6.3 to 1. Let me just get this right here. So I'm using the Boyle's prices here. So it's actually what I would call 5.3 to 1. You got Gamay here. He's at 13.5 to 1 in the betting. Now, I think both of these guys are going to be well suited by the stage. They're both strong sprinters. Certainly, Gamay showing excellent form. Dali's been there or thereabouts, knocking on the podium in the sprints stages. He's much going to prefer this stage, and that's why he is a shorter price there. Jasper Philipsen, I don't know. I've got a feeling he may not be at the business end, although he can climb pretty well. You've got Mathieu van der Poel, his teammate, there at 16 to 1. He's also one worth considering, but he just hasn't convinced me so far in this tour. Wout van Aert didn't do the best time trial today. I've highlighted Mats Pedersen. Obviously, a lot's going to depend on how he's feeling. If Mats Pedersen is feeling 100%, this stage is absolutely perfect for it. Very similar to the one he won last year. Pogačar there, just over 50 to 1. Now, the chances of Pogačar contesting the sprint are fairly slim. But if it is a day of crosswinds, don't discount the fact that there is a small group of almost GC guys coming to the end, in which case Pogačar may well go for the sprint finish. And that's actually the reason why I highlighted Roglic right at the bottom there. 136 to 1 could be worth considering as well. Aramburu, he's 68 to 1. He should be able to handle the climbs. He could well win from a small group. And the same could be said for Romain Gregor there. And he also can potentially get into the breakaway, as indeed can Aramburu. But personally, I think they got more chance sitting in the bunch and waiting for the breakaway to be caught. Right then, let's have a look at my, I've just banged the profile on there one more time, but let's have a look at my bets for the stage now. I hope I actually remembered to put them all on. Yes, I did. I've going a unit on Gamay at 14.5 to 1. I really do think he could take a hold of this green jersey now. And on that note, I've got two bets that I'm considering. I'm going to sleep on them, but I'll be putting a long-term punt in the Good for the Game forum on Saturday morning. And I normally, at some stage during the tour, reckon I spot some brilliant value. Historically, normally what happens, as Bernardo said, is with a stage or two, the price will treble or even more. But I think I've spotted a couple of good long-term bets. So Gamay at 14.5 to 1. Matthews at 45 to 1. I never discussed Matthews, but he's obviously a very strong sprinter. I'm not sure that Groenewegen is going to be involved in the business end here. And I think this is a stage that is earmarked for Michael Matthews. He's a quick finisher and also very strong over the climb. Similar rider to Aramburu, perhaps a bit more consistent. Aramburu, they're 68 to 1, and Gregor, he's 106 to 1. So we're certainly not doing any harm. I'm only investing a total of 2 units, but going to have plenty of fun. I'll probably record the stage because it's Durban, July, tomorrow in South Africa. So, and I'll say tomorrow, it's 5 minutes till the actual day itself. But I'll probably record it and watch it afterwards because it's July and rugby. And I don't want to be, I want to be focused and just enjoy the stage. So I'll probably stay off social media as well. Let me know your stage predictions in the comments and look out on our YouTube channel for all of our Durban July coverage. Thanks everyone for watching the Stage 8 preview. I think we're in for an absolute cracker. I look forward to seeing you to discuss Stage 9, which has got, I can't remember now, I'll have to have a look, but a lot of sections of gravel in, which is going to be very interesting. We've had Pave. I can't recall having gravel in the Tour de France, certainly not in recent years. Have a good weekend, everyone.